Hi, my name is Gerhard Schwartner, and welcome to Selling Power TV. Today, we have a wonderful guest, John Murphy, who is joining us from California, and we'll talk about culture change. And John, you were the master. How did you learn to position yourself as the leader in that movement?
Coming out of college, I played competitive football. I came into my very first job, a big company in Chicago, and I was a bit stunned at the lack of alignment and teamwork. And then I left that company a couple of years later. I went to a very different company in Michigan, automotive supplier. And I witnessed the same thing all over again. Why aren't people working together? I started to find ways to pull people together, which then became the title of my very first book, Pulling Together. And I've been pulling teams together ever since.
How would you define the word culture?
I define culture as the way we do things around here. Synonymous with culture is policy and procedure and systems and organizational design. And so how do you change culture, the way we do things around here? By coming up with better processes, better policies, a better design, by changing the systems and getting people to participate in that change process. You get much higher performance, and it's a change in culture.
So how do you begin?
It's got to start at the very top. And I'm talking CEO and C-suite, and they got to be aligned. Because if that doesn't happen, Gerhard, it's a program. And so, for example, I teach operational excellence in Lean Six Sigma. And if it's not cultural, this is just the way we do things around here in a lean, precise mindset. If it doesn't start at the very top, it becomes a program that some black belts do, or some green belts, or some project management experts, and everybody else is doing business as usual. And that's where the wheels fall off.
How do you diagnose the misalignment, especially when you're at the top, where you insulated from the everyday execution process?
The misalignment shows up as conflict and tension and unhealthy stress and a lot of debate and argument and delays. So a lot of times important decisions get delayed because somebody says, well, I don't really agree with that. Real alignment doesn't mean everybody is just a yes person and you got groupthink. There's a healthy amount of debate, but you set targets and deadlines, and you say, look, we got to have a solution by this deadline. It's not perfect now. It won't be perfect on Friday, but it's going to be better. And we also use a tool called failure mode and effect analysis, which is a risk mitigation tool. So before we actually make any changes, we say, what could go wrong? What's the risk? Because nobody wants to get hurt. So there's some very effective tools to guide you through any change effort and make you feel a little bit more comfortable.
We live right now in an era where there are massive changes. Missions may have to get edited. So how do you implement that from the top down?
I teach the 5 principles of Lean Six Sigma. Well, the very first principle is specify value in the eyes of the customer. When you start to really identify the specifics the customer wants, then you work backwards. So that's the end goal. If we can't get aligned on that, we're in real trouble.
A lot of people resist change. What is your philosophy on that?
The real secret is to learn to use the energy of change in a positive direction, like surfing a wave, learn how to ride the wave of change. And great innovators, great companies are doing it all the time. And the most successful leaders I've worked with are thinking the same way. How do we make things better? That's change, right? Better is change.
You are going to join us early next year in a masterclass where you teach your secrets to culture change and change management. Give me 3 reasons why sales leaders need to attend that masterclass with you. By the way, it's free. So,
well, that's one reason right there. It is not going to cost you a lot of money, but it's going to generate. I was going to say save, but it's going to help you generate a significant amount of money. The secrets, so to speak, or the practices that I'll share really teach a person how to get out of their own way, teach people how to get beyond fear and doubt and anxiety and get excited about change. It's going to teach you where to start in any change process and pick up that wave. I'll cover some very helpful and practical tools. That's just a taste.
Well, I also want to post a link to the recent blog post that you wrote that I found interesting, the 10 principles for successful transformations. And we all live in this rapidly changing world, and we need to keep pace with our ability to transform and succeed. Thank you so much, John. We have so much to learn. I look forward to you being the expert masterclass teacher, and I'd like everybody who would like to achieve breakthrough changes in 2025 to sign up. Here's a link below.